So this video is not for the people that feel behind in life and don't do nothing about it. I'm specifically talking to the people that feel behind, but they're actively doing stuff. They're actively trying to better their life. I'm talking to these people. I've been an entrepreneur for the past 4 years now. When I started, I saw everyone winning. And as a result, I wanted to have the same results that they had, the success they had, the money, the cars, and my life did not yet come to that point. I mean, I just started, right? So I thought, okay, I'm gonna give myself a few months and I hope that it will work out. But in the back of my mind, I still said if it won't work out, I will still continue because I don't have a plan B. This is my plan A and it will work out. It seemed like everyone around me was doing 10x more, having 10K profit months, 20K, 50K, 100K profit months. And I was there trying to figure out how I can make this consistent, how I can get money consistently. And I was just starting off, and this feeling of feeling behind was already created in my circle, which was healthy because that showed me that my circle was good. But it got amplified by me seeing everyone else on social media showing their supercars, buying a new Lambo at 18 years old, at 16, at 17. And I was like, bro, I'm just starting off. I'm 18, 19, 20 even, 21, and now I'm 22. I have a little bit of financial success, but still not the success that is portrayed on the internet or the social media or the supercars level. I'm not yet there. I'm getting there, 100%, but seeing all these success story and people flexing on social media, I was feeling behind. I was like, what is going on? Am I doing something wrong? And every time I saw these people posting these things, right, their cars or their financial success, I always tried to speed things up. It's crazy. Every single time I was good for a moment, I was focusing on my craft, but then I saw these people on social media, and then I tried to speed up the craft, even though a few seconds, a few minutes before, I was just so focused on it, didn't have an ounce of rush in my craft. Not to say that I was lazy, I was still putting in the work, I was working hard. But now, as I saw these people, I tried to rush things. And I think this is a huge trap, because once you compare yourself to others, what you're basically saying is that you want to trade their journey. On social media, you just see the supercars, you just see the money being flexed, but you don't see if this person genuinely achieved that money. Maybe you want to achieve money honestly, but there are a lot of people out there scamming. There are a lot of people out there getting their money in a dishonest way. You see that and you try to be like them. You want to be like them. You want to be at that point like them. But if you see the whole picture, you don't really want to be there. Or let's just take people that really honestly made that money, but you don't see the times that they struggled. You don't see the behind the scenes, the problems, the struggles. I had to figure this out for myself too. In the beginning, I compared myself heavily, and I was always demotivated. I was always contemplating my skills or my talent because I wasn't at that point that these people were. And it gave me a false perception of God's timing. God's timing is way better than the world's timing. And what do I mean by world's timing? Well, simply what social media, what everything on the internet tries to portray to you. You see people making money after 4 months. You see people making money after 2 years. And again, some money is being made honestly, some money is being made dishonestly, but that's besides the point. What I'm just trying to emphasize here is that your story, your journey has an own timeline, right? Just picture it. God has a bigger picture in mind for you, right? He has a plan for each and every one of us. And for you, it might be 5 years. For me, it might be 6.5 years. For another person, it might be 2 years. It's different, right? The problem is once we try to compare each other's timelines, because we can never be the same. We all have different backgrounds. We all have different struggles, childhoods that we went through, and all these things make up who we are right now. And no one is like you. No one is like the version that you are right now. And no one will ever be the version that you will ever be. So It is ironic that we try to compare ourselves to others that are completely different than we are. If you think about it, it just does not make sense to compare, because that comparison brings that feeling of feeling behind, even though you're not behind. And you see, once we step out of God's timeline, once we step out of God's promises, we use words like feeling behind. Feeling behind is something that is not matching God's language. Because how can you feel behind when God has a unique plan for you? He has a plan for you that no one else has. And the timeline is equivalent to that plan. So make it make sense. How can we say we feel behind when there is no comparison that we can really have with our journey and timeline? So this word of feeling behind is not in God's language. So we need to understand that we have our own journey and timeline. And what I've discovered now, and I'm working on this and trying to get better and better and better and asking God to help me in this, I need to reframe it. Once I see these people, just applaud and say, well done. And I heard a guy say, when you see the people around you being blessed, hey bro, just be excited because God is in the neighborhood, you feel me? Your mail is going to be delivered soon. And once you know that God will come through in the promise that He set for your life, which is the blessings that He has already ordained for your life and your journey, then you can be rest assured that the only thing you have to do is to be disciplined. And what do I mean by being disciplined is by waking up every single day and choosing to be better than your yesterday's version. That's the only goal you need to have. And once you do that every single day, you trying to outbeat your version, which is the best comparison that you can ever have, is who you were yesterday, right? If you want to be better, then be better than the version yesterday. Yesterday you didn't do X, Y, Z, and now you did it today. You're better. You got better today. And now you're a different version of yourself, a version that never existed. You beat the old version. And I believe that's the only comparison that we need to do. And it's good. This comparison is healthy because it challenges us to take accountability in being honest with ourselves and evaluating, reflecting on our actions and what we do and what we say, and then to make a decision in what direction we want to go. See, if we say, I want to do X, Y, Z because this will bring me further in life. And then we reflect and we see after a few days, even though we said we should do it, we haven't done it yet. If we take accountability and are honest to ourselves, we see the problem and we can solve it. This is the only case where comparison is healthy. So if you feel behind, I hope that by watching this video up to this point, first of all, if you have watched at this point, I know you're serious about your life. You really want to change something about your life, and that is good. That is a starting point. And if you just take one thing out of this video, is that there's no such thing as feeling behind. What you need to realize is that you have your own journey and your own timeline, and you will achieve whatever God has put into your journey 100% if you don't quit. So if you're constantly working on yourself and not giving up, you will reach the point that God has ordained for you and the blessings that God has ordained for you in the perfect time, in God's perfect timing. And out of my own experience, in my own journey, I wanted to have all this success. I wanted to have $100,000 every single month consistently when I started my business, right? When I was 18, 19, 20. But looking back right now, being 22, I'm so thankful that God didn't give me my desires because they would have hurt me. I could not have handled the amount that I desired, that I wanted, because I wasn't ready for it. And God gives you only what you can manage. So what you need to focus on is working on yourself and becoming a better version every single day. And in due time, God will bless you with the amount that you will be able to manage and carry. So keep going and don't be distracted by all the people flexing on social media. You got your own journey, and always remember, it's only you versus you. So God bless, guys.